Up here is one of my favorite things. And that is the boat hatch. So I installed the boat hatch because it's all aluminum, it's durable, it's a heavy weather hatch, and it allows me to get up onto the deck that sometime in the future will be installed on the top of the van. This hatch is awesome. You can lay in bed at night and watch the stars. On our prototype journey, we stayed at a farm one night, and at night, fireflies filled the air. It was amazing. It made it all worthwhile. It was a wonderful, wonderful journey. And in the morning, we woke up to the sound of cows mooing. It was a lot of fun, and I look forward to a lot more. Anyway, this hatch is a must-do. Again, there'll be videos step by step how I install this hatch and why I selected a marine hatch instead of some of the common hatches used in RVs. Another real amazing feature is these magnetic screens. The magnetic screen opens up, and when you let go of it, it closes all by itself. All right, I'll put a link in the description for this screen. We had to adapt it so that it would fit perfectly in the van, and it's just awesome. It's my second most favorite thing. That hatch is number one. I would say this is number two. And my wife went along and she cut it and fit it so that we never have to take it out. So it fits in there, and we can close the door and leave it there. I can't open the door. So it can stay in there the entire time. Another neat thing about it is you can open it up, and using the magnets, just stick it on the side of the door. Moving inside, we have our shower. Stainless steel shower pan, all the walls. This will also be in an upcoming video, exactly how this was done step by step. Also, when we're traveling, the composting toilet is installed or sits in the shower stall when we're driving along, and that's where we use it. When we want to take a shower, we just pull the composting toilet out and set it right here, take our shower, and then put it back in. All right, let's show you the stove and the oven and the fridge. We have a 7 cubic foot refrigerator with a real freezer in this van. You'll notice that we raised the refrigerator up off the floor to make it easier to access. In the future, down here there will be a cabinet. Right now we've just got a container, just a plastic storage container for our prototype journey. As far as van builds go, we have a very large sink. Really love this sink. It's great because it also becomes our counter and cut with a cutting board surface, and it's got a drying rack. It even has a colander, which you saw in that storage container under the refrigerator. Right next to the sink, we have a 3-burner stove top, which also has a small oven, which is awesome. This is the only thing right now in the van that is run from the propane tanks. Next to the oven, we have a seat on both sides, and there's a pull-out table where we can eat. I haven't even made the top for the table yet. I was in such a hurry to get this done for our prototype journey that, quite honestly, I forgot to make a top. And we had actually left on our journey, and we stopped to eat, and I pulled this out, and I remembered, you were supposed to make a top, and I forgot. So, but that's all right. it's something I have to do. There's a lot of things that need to be done. One of the other things I wanted to mention is that 2 days before we left on our prototype journey, the insulation wasn't even on the van. So we hadn't taken the van for a drive with the insulation installed until we left on our journey. The first thing I noticed was how incredibly quiet the van was with the insulation installed. It was excellent and quite surprising. The only thing that made any real noise when we were driving the van was the top of the oven. This would rattle. So our low-tech solution, which I'm sure hundreds of thousands of RVers have been using long before I ever thought I'd have a van, was just to put a towel there. And once you put that towel in, this van drives around like a luxury vehicle. It's nice and quiet. It's awesome. In the van we have a standard size mattress. I believe it's 54 wide by 72 long, and it fits perfectly in the ProMaster. I was a little worried about the mattress and the size, but after 18 days of traveling, it's the perfect size for the two of us, and the mattress is extremely comfortable, much more comfortable than I expected, and I'll put a link to that mattress down in the description if you're interested. You'll also see up here, during our prototype journey, we were using flashlights because I have not installed the lights up above yet. I also have 12-volt USB plugs hanging down here because on this journey we decided where our electrical was going to be, and honestly, when we started the journey, this actually wasn't here. I installed this on the road. There's another one on the other side, and in the future, of course, there'll be cabinets up here, and all the walls will be there covering the insulation. I've already taken down the screen. We had a magnetic screen, but we also made up these wonderful little screens here. These are magnetic, and they go right onto the bed rail. So that way, if we open up the back doors, people walking by don't see everything that we have inside. And they're magnetic, and they're really easy just to pull off and put up on the bed. So, some of you guys who have already been watching our videos already know a lot of this, but we have our 52-inch drawer slide. Over here, we have the reverse osmosis water filtration system. This white box right here is the box, the seal box for the propane tank that runs the oven and the stove. The number one thing I can tell you about the prototype journey is that it was a big success. We enjoyed traveling in the van much more than I ever expected. It was wonderful. The first night, we stayed in a Cracker Barrel parking lot. That was okay. Another night, we stayed in a rest area, and that was good too. But there were 2 nights that were amazing. One was at a dairy farm that produced cheese. We got there, we parked near a pond, we spent the night there. At night, the fireflies were amazing. In the morning, we woke up to cows mooing. It was awesome. Another night, we stayed at another farm that had Barbados sheep. We got to feed and look at the sheep. They had a horse, goats. It was just magical. It was a wonderful time. And at both of those places, we were the only ones staying there that night. So it made it rather unique. And we met some awesome people along the way. It is exactly what I wanted this to be about. And it's been terrific. So if you're thinking about doing it, now that I've taken a short trip in it, it's been a real positive experience so far. Now, as far as the van and the systems go in the van, I had one leak in the recirculating shower system. And that leak was only because I didn't tighten the fitting. When I saw that drip, I was worried. And then it was only finger tight. It's because I laid everything out first before I put all the crimp fittings on, and it was actually one of the brass fittings that needed to be tightened. So it wasn't a big problem. The electrical. The lithium-ion batteries, the solar and the electrical are working much better than I expected. I mean, mathematically you can do all the calculations you want, but in real life, when you start running everything, that's the true test. The solar panel that's on the roof provided more current and voltage necessary than needed to run the refrigerator all day long, and a little extra to help keep the batteries charged up. With my system, I can also charge off the alternator if I wish, or shore power. But with all three of those combined, we're pretty well covered with electrical. It's been excellent so far. So the way it is right now, all the major systems in the van work. The next thing to do is to do the cabinets, polish it up, finish it, and make it look good. So hopefully you'll join me for the future videos, and this video is coming out before many of the other videos, like the installation of the recirculating shower system, the cutout and installation of the roof hatch, and many others. Hopefully you'll subscribe and join me to see how those work out, and I'll appreciate any comments you might have. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you'll see me on the next one.